This is the nightmare scenario: a terror attack, an active shooter, and no help in sight. Dozens of Israelis were murdered in these exact incidents over the past year, including just last week in Jerusalem.
We need to understand where we live. This is Israel. You must always be alert. That's what you get when we live here. That's just the war we fight.
For millions of Israelis who must confront the possibility, they have to answer another question: how do I survive?
It's small, it's compact, it's easy to conceal. If I put it under my shirt, no one sees it. And the moment something happens, well, it's here. It's a Sig Sauer 365X. Some are bigger, some smaller. It holds 12 rounds.
Yosef is one of just over 140,000 Israeli civilians who has a government-issued firearms permit. For people like him, there is no question of what the response should be.
I am armed so I can have a sense of security for myself and my family. They are less able to protect themselves. That's the main reason. But if I am on the streets and an attack happens, I can respond immediately. I won't have to wait for security forces to arrive.
But the criteria for getting one of those permits are incredibly strict. What about more than 9 million Israelis who find themselves defenseless when terror strikes?
We won't retreat. We're not going anywhere. The only solution is to be strong and to know how to respond properly.
The best place to be is somewhere else when terror happens, and noticing suspicious people or objects can be the difference between survivor and victim. But what happens when it's too late to run?
If you're far away, just call security. You aren't expected to get closer or get in the thick of things. If you're not trained, you're not going to neutralize the terrorist. Not everyone is trained for that.
Violence is Vitaly's specialty. What he teaches in combat classes is that every act of resistance can make a difference.
If you're in the middle of it and maybe someone's been shot or stabbed, it's not certain that person will just die immediately. That person still has an instinct and a reflex to fight back quickly. Someone doesn't need to be trained to get a punch in or jam a finger in an eye or even just bite an attacker. That can help you get away.
In this scenario, everything becomes a weapon. A chair becomes a striking tool. Anything in arm's reach, a way to resist. And to buy vital seconds until help can arrive. If you can't run, that sort of improvisation is the best defense against an array of attacks. But the majority of citizens are not combat trained. What are their options?
As many people, of course, only responsible people that know what they're doing, carry weapons, it'll stop attacks.
As the government mulls over Israel's firearms policy, are they listening?